I want to ask you something. Have you ever suffered so much in your life that it made you question whether it was worth it or not? Have you ever looked at the world and thought it's kind of a bad place? Maybe it might be better if nothing existed at all. This is a darker video, but I got this comment that asked me to talk about antinatalism and expressed a desire for extinction. I'm not going to dive into antinatalism. In short, it's a philosophy that discusses the ethics of bringing a child into the world because you can't determine in advance how much or how little suffering a child will absolutely be guaranteed to endure. So maybe it's best to not ever have a kid because you're doing so against their will. Now, while that's a niche topic, the desire for extinction is something that resonates with a lot of us on some level or another because it pulls at a kind of nihilistic dread that many people suffer from. The idea that life feels meaningless, that life feels like the world around us is almost designed to trap us, to keep us in place, and drain us of all of our energy and everything that we can provide it while giving nothing back to us. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how we can deal with these kinds of feelings and even a bit about how we can improve our lives so that all of it feels far more manageable. Before we do anything, we need to diagnose the actual problem. We look at the world and conceptualize it often as being way worse than it really is. And it's because we think in narratives. The mind doesn't just perceive an attack against you as merely an attack. It tells you a story that you are the kind of person that can be attacked, that is going to be attacked. And so then this conception of your life causes you to go out into the world and look around and see all these different things as potential threats. And your mind gets trained to think this way. It's not that the threats are not real. It's not that they're not there. But what it is that they are not necessarily trying to get you, but your mind will become overwhelmed by the idea that they are out there and it is possible. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. I grew up in a trailer park in a family that didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have many family members, and of the ones that I did, the majority of them got into drugs and alcohol and all sorts of other things that made them incompatible to be in my life. My parents were very traumatized people that never got past their mental health problems, and because of that, my life was spent being violently abused for my entire childhood. Later, as a teenager, I was SA'd. I then had to move. I lost all of my friends. I lost everything that I cared about. Eventually, I moved out. I got into a series of bad relationships, one of which led to a marriage. It was awful. I wasn't with the right person. I was a terrible person for them equally. And the relationship fell apart. It was really toxic. I had children. I became a neglectful father. I was an awful father. I was an awful husband. Because of everything that I was going through, I developed really bad anxiety, and I had a lot of other, unresolved mental health problems that I did literally nothing about, and it caused me to turn into a monster. I stayed home. I played video games for like 5 years. I didn't work. I didn't do anything. I let my life fall apart, and eventually it got so bad that I lost everything. I got divorced. I lost my kids. I had to rebuild my entire life from the ground up. And at that point, that is when I actually began taking responsibility and actually turning myself into someone that was productive, but also someone that I could love and someone that was beneficial to the people around me finally. I've been on both sides of the line. I've been someone who endured incredible amounts of suffering. I've also been someone who dealt it out constantly to others. And all the while, I've existed in a society that has made me for a very long time feel very trapped and drained, and like my soul has just been stolen from me Now, look, I don't feel that way anymore. I don't have those kinds of problems like I used to, but it took me a lot of work and a long time to get there, to figure out how to make something out of this, how to push through the things that I was dealing with. Once I created a stable internal environment, I suddenly felt like everything was far better. The world wasn't such a bad place anymore. Life wasn't so terrible. I didn't feel like I was being oppressed all the time. I didn't feel like everything around me was just crumbling down. I felt okay. I mean, things aren't perfect, but they're manageable. Things aren't excellent all the time, but they're okay. And things will get better. In my experience, you've got to begin by finding a purpose for your life. Now, how do we do that? The first thing we got to do is we got to mention the things that we're doing that stop us from finding that in the first place. Our feelings about our life are often depressing. We feel like we're trapped. We feel like we're stuck in these situations. We feel like we hate where we're at. We feel depressed and anxious and all these things. We've got to identify these feelings and process through them. Now, when we come home from work, when we have free time, a lot of what we do is we sit down and that doesn't help us. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy your phone. I'm not saying you can't scroll. What I am saying, though, is that when you're using these things as a retreat, which it kind of becomes that. A lot of times it does. Like, I used to play video games all the time. I did it as an escape. It's okay to play it as a hobby for a little here and there, but when you're doing it as a way of escaping, if you're doing it a lot, like chronically, it kind of gets to the point where you're not sitting with your emotions. You're not processing these things. You're not thinking about the stuff going wrong in your life and how you really feel about it and what you might do about it. Instead, you're shutting off your brain so that you can exist within this virtual world, or so that you can lose yourself in the video that you're watching. This isn't helpful to you, not in the long term. It's okay, again, to watch it sometimes, but when it becomes a coping mechanism, it's a problem. Sitting with your feelings allows you to properly identify them and really understand where you're at in your life. Now, the other thing you've got to do is figure out who you really are. Now, I'm not going to dive super deep into that here because of the fact that I actually have a video, which I will link in the description, that you can go watch, that'll tell you exactly how to do that using the method that I used. Now, I want to be clear, it's not the only way to do it. That's just the way that worked for me, and so hopefully it helps you. The moment that you understand how you really feel about things, and you understand who you really are deep down, the good, the bad, the mix of the two, you can create a narrative about yourself. You're not your past. You're not the bad things that you do. You're not the bad things that happen to you. You're not even just your successes and the good moments. You're this blend of those things that come together to create a kind of meta narrative of you through all these different stages of life. And honestly, this is going to be a bit controversial, but I would encourage you to mythologize yourself. Don't think of yourself as just this person. Think of yourself as kind of a hero in a story, in a sense. The hero of your story. You went through these things. You became this character, this person that went through these trials and tribulations, and you have a goal in mind. When you separate all these different things from yourself and you begin to realize who you really are and what you want out of life, because those things will come up, they will bubble up to the surface. You'll separate the things that you thought you want, the things that you thought you had to be and had to do, and all of the things that you became because of your trauma responses and all the conditioning that the world did to you. You'll start to see all the things that you actually want out of life, all the things that call to you deep down. And if you begin to answer that call, you will find your purpose. You will find a way to build a life that is worth living, because it's fulfilling now. The world will still feel like it might be out to get you sometimes, but you can begin shaping yourself into the kind of person that can deal with that. And you'll have a reason to, because your purpose is calling you. You're going somewhere. This is not the end of your story. This is the part where it starts getting really interesting. I want to thank you for joining me here on The Inner Tide. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and sub to the channel. If you want to fix your life, if you want to make things better, take the TRIDENT. Thank you for joining me. I'm Trip, and I'll see you next time on The Inner Tide. Come on in. The water's great.